What's up, everybody? It's Lewis from And Now Just Listen. Hope you had a great weekend. It's now Monday, everyone's favorite day of the week. And that means it's time for the news. You knew already. This week is the week of September 19, 2016. We got ourselves some news. We got ourselves some games. So let's get the show on the road. All right, first up, Disney is cutting jobs in the consumer product and digital unit, which is the unit that translates to video game stuff. Now, earlier in the year, Disney Infinity was canceled and 350 jobs were lost there. So that's about 550 jobs total now that have been lost this year in the realm of Disney that does games. I don't find this particularly surprising when Disney acquired all of the Star Wars game stuff and a lot of other things. It seems that they have just been trying to move out of making games and licensing out their properties. It's evidenced by what they've done with Star Wars. EA is doing Battlefront, and external studios are working on things like the Amy Hennig project, and I think there's another thing that I don't remember, but it's a shame because this is a time when it seems like to the outsider that Disney's making a lot of money from Star Wars and Marvel, but there's a lot of trimming and cutting back going on in Disney, which just goes to show that they're very shrewd business-wise. When things aren't making a profit, then, Disney's not hesitant to do the old chop. So sorry to those people. There's a Marvel phone game that just got canceled as well. I can't remember the name of it, and I don't believe it was specifically listed in the New York Times article. But if you would like to get more details on the nitty-gritty of the Disney situation, there is a New York Times article linked in the description below. Can give you all the juicy deets on that. But it seems like Disney continuing to back away from the video game making business pretty whole cloth. All right, our second story is a bit of good news. Madcast has been struggling, which isn't good news, but the good news is that Logitech G has acquired the Saitek brand from Mad Catz. Saitek makes flight sticks, HOTAS systems, and I'm really excited about the prospect of Logitech helping to work on those products and better them for the future. A specific example being when Windows 10 came and was put on my PC, and then my X52 flight stick no longer worked for quite some time because there weren't drivers. Logitech strikes me as a company that wouldn't let that happen, and I'm hoping that the added infrastructure and stuff that Saitek will have at Logitech will help to better their products and better their service for those products. In addition, I think it's a great move for Logitech to expand their peripherals into an area where I wouldn't say that they were necessarily super weak, but they weren't putting out the best product. So, good move for everybody, and if you own a Saitek, hopefully good move for you too. I'm pretty excited about this, and looking forward to what comes out of that place next. All right, last up this week, it was TGS, and at TGS, Mr. Yoshida was asked about No Man's Sky, and he kind of threw Hello Games under the bus a little bit, talking about their PR strategy, saying that he didn't think it was very good, and sort of not so veiled illusions about the fact that Hello Games didn't hire a specific PR person to help manage the message and control the message coming out of there, which is interesting because to me it seems like a publisher should be helping out to manage the message for the game that's being put out. But I don't know what kind of hands-on Sony had with that project, if any at all. I would assume, based on what's happened and just the way that things were going, that Sony wasn't super involved, but wanted that game on their platform and thought it was a cool idea and wanted to help put it out. So it's a little unfortunate, I think, but he also, was very, very PR-like in his own right by saying that, they plan to continue working on the game and that he's looking forward to seeing what comes next from them. So whatever, it's all just more mess from No Man's Sky. But There's a bunch of stuff coming out of there too, like a big trailer, gameplay trailer for the new Metal Gear Survive business. I haven't watched that yet, but definitely planning to check that out. I'm very curious. Don't think I'll be ever playing that game, but very curious to see what the gameplay they showed off is like at the show. So that's gonna do it for the news this week. Nothing too crazy this week, but we're gonna kick it over into new releases for the week of September 19, 2016. All right, if you like Batman, it's a good week for you. On September 20th, Batman Telltale Episode 2, Children of Arkham, is coming to all the platforms that's on, many of them. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen of the first episode, get ready for more Batman. Sounds like that first episode was pretty good from what I've heard. I don't know too many people. I don't think I know anyone playing that actually, but from what the rumblings I've heard around on the internet, seems like people are pretty happy with it. So that's good. And positive news because Walking Dead Season 3 is coming out, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people really looking forward to that. The big one for me and many of my ANJL cohorts is indeed Destiny Rise of Iron, also coming out on September 20th. Also, if you haven't gotten Destiny yet, for $60 you can get all of it, which is a great value, to be honest. They keep putting out this like Game of the Year version of it every year. So they did it last year for Taken King, and now they're doing it again. It's like called, what is it called? The Complete Edition or something? Destiny the Collection. So that's out on all the platforms Destiny is for, except for the old consoles. So PS4 and Xbox One. Guess I should have just said that. Yes, no more updates going to those old consoles, remember. So if you want to keep up, you're going to have to upgrade and transfer over. Seems like the process to do that's relatively easy. So it's probably a good time if you haven't done it yet and you want to keep playing new Destiny stuff. And last up, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse is coming to the 3DS. That's coming out on September 20 as well. Mostly I highlight this because we have Persona 5 coming out in Japan last week, and I really want to play that game. So if you need your Shin Megami Tensei fix, then because Persona started out as a spin-off of that, then perhaps this is a game you want to check out. I don't know how this game's been received, but the Shin Megami Tensei games are generally of a baseline high quality, so it's not usually something you're going to get a super inferior product. So if you need your SMT fix, maybe that's the way you get it. As always, there's a whole list of releases next to me that you can peruse for something of interest to you. If those are not of interest to you, those are the things of interest to me. Thanks so much for watching the video again this week. It's going to be a busy week, and I think we're planning to try to stream some Destiny stuff. I'll play that. Looking forward to it, and you can check out my channel, my Twitch channel. It's just Lewis17. If you want to catch some of that, that'd be cool. Other than that, I hope you guys have an awesome week. If you liked the video, we'd really appreciate a like or a subscription. Thanks so much, and I will see you guys again next week for more news.